Hi YouTube, Tamara here, and thanks for tuning in for another pen paper pad on books. Today we have Tiffany Nunn with us. Say hi, Tiffany.
Hi, everyone.
And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Tiffany. She is a YouTuber, a blogger, an author, and a self-taught chef with about 8 years of experience in marketing and promotions. Her blogging site, JerseyisNaked, was established in 2012. She loves pop culture and writing short stories, and she is also the founder of the networking community IAmNoir. So, Tiffany, tell us about your book, Tequila Tiff, Bites and Booze for the Kitchen Novice.
Okay. Well, first, before I do that, I want to tell you that our IAmNoir has been rebranded to IAmNoirTV, and it's an amazing community. I'm so happy to have all those people in the same room to be creatively inspired every single day. Now, for my book, Tequila Tiff, Bites and Booze for a Kitchen Novice. Honestly, that book came out of nowhere. Because everyone, my friends, my family, because I've been cooking for so long, they were like, why don't you just make a book? Because every time people came to Tiffany's house, it was like, what are you making? What are you having? I want to eat that. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just take the two things that I love in life, tequila and food, and put them together. And, then this is a way for people to stop asking me how to make that. How do you make that? Well, go buy a book and then you can know how to make whatever that is. So that's how that really came about. And it's basically party food. It's really no nonsense, easy stuff. Like anybody can do it, and you would look like the master chef if you just follow the directions. People are so amazed. They're like, oh my God, how did you learn how to do that? Tequila Tiff.
So what is the one go-to recipe that you recommend for people to make?
Jersey Bam shrimp, absolutely. Jersey Bam shrimp is it's like Jesus and the devil at the same time. Because it's like you shouldn't be eating the Bam sauce, but then the devil's like, oh my God, you have to. It is a struggle. It is a meal that you need to. It's a necessity to have more than one person. Because if it's just you by yourself, you're gonna eat all the shrimp, and then you're gonna feel bad because Bam sauce has mayonnaise in it, sriracha, it has sweet chili sauce in it. It is just like the perfect mixture of dip. And then when you dip the shrimp, the hot, crunchy shrimp in there, you are going to keep dipping. So you need a friend. So if you're gonna make the Jersey Bam shrimp, invite a friend, and then y'all can split the calories because you will eat it all. That
sounds really good.
By yourself.
I'm gonna need my serving.
Yes. And it's very easy. It's so simple. It is the quintessential party treat. If you make that, people will think you are a kitchen boss. And all you gotta do is take some scissors and chop up some scallions, sprinkle it on top, and they're like, oh my God, you're so amazing. Tell me, 2 seconds. Good stuff.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me find out.
You should make it.
And of course, this is available on Amazon.
Yes, it is. It's available on Amazon. You can get the hard copy, or if you are in a hurry and you need it right now, you can also download it because it comes in on Kindle as well, or you can get it on your iPhone or iPad. So it's available both ways. You don't have to wait.
Fantastic. So let's talk about IAmNoirTV.
Sure.
Why did you decide to create this community? And it's been around for 2 years, am I right?
It's been around since May 2015, and the reason why I made the community because as a YouTuber, specifically Black YouTubers, I think that we have a harder time in media, period. And I think that because of the portrayal of African Americans in media and just in everyday society, to show a group of Black people coming together creatively and making beautiful art every single day is just like us kind of controlling the imagery that the media puts out about African Americans, period. So if you have this group of people putting out makeup videos, hair videos, fashion videos, you're just seeing like the beautiful side of African American people. It just changes people's minds and perceptions of who we are and what we are and what our role is in society as a whole. So that is one of the main reasons why IAmNoirTV exists and why I felt that it was a necessity for me to make it and to follow it through. So that was really the reason.
And it's true, even bigger YouTubers who have way bigger followings than I do discuss how there's an issue with African Americans or Blacks in general on YouTube trying to get more views, trying to build an audience, trying to reach people. It seems as though it's much harder if you're a minority.
Yeah, I think too is because a lot of times it's so hard for one of us to become super, like, I'm not going to say famous, because YouTube famous is really kind of like centralized to people who watch YouTube. It hasn't really crossed over yet, but it is slowly but surely crossing over where people know who these regular people are who decided to make videos for the masses, to how to, you know, from DIY to how to do the perfect strobing or contour, are becoming like these political, or like not political, but public figures for, you know, the everyday person. So I think when an African American gets that type of attention, and because it's so like the pool is so small for us, I think that, you know, it's difficult for us to share. So if I created a situation, me and my co-founder Tamara, we created this situation where it's like, it's okay for that. We can all shine individually because we all have different like talents. There's so many things that we all can do, and some of us do more than one thing. You know, as far as me being a YouTuber, which I do vlogging, and I do motivational speaking, and I also cook. So it's like we're so versatile, and I think a lot of times people, specifically on YouTube, not just African Americans, but they think that they need to be boxed and do a certain type of thing in order to obtain the views, the shares, and the subscribers that most of the more famous or more established YouTubers get. So I think that, you know, by creating this situation, I think it makes it easier for people to be themselves and to do exactly what they're good at and be proud in that.
And to find built-in support.
Right.
I think that you definitely focus on supporting each other and collaborating within the community.
Yes. Yes, we do collabs with each other. I've taken the opportunity there because there's a lot of people in the community that I hadn't even known before me and Mara decided to start this thing. And, you know, just to be exposed, really. Like, oh my God, I didn't know that you were there. You know, just to have something fresh to look at on YouTube, because, you know, you typically go to the same people because you're like, oh, well, these are the more established people, so let me watch them. And then to have someone fresh, like such as Mara, J. Joel's channel, or Loveland, or, you know, some of the other people in our community, it's like refreshing to see that. It's like, wow, like, why aren't you as big as someone like, you know, Julesy or Bronze Goddess or Shameless Maya or Michelle Fan, because they have the same filming, editing skills and everything. But it's just like, you know, between the algorithm and the pool of who gets through and who came in during the sweet spot of YouTube when there was only one natural hair person to watch, and there was only one cooking person to watch, and there was only one makeup person to watch, it's difficult and it's hard. But I think that because we developed this community and we developed this line of support for collaborations and for people to like subscribe and share your material, I think is creating a huge amount of exposure for us all, and more opportunities for sponsorships and, you know, things for us to win, because that's what it's really about. It's about us winning, because, you know, a lot of times we don't, and that's difficult for me to accept. So I won't accept it, and I'll continue to keep doing the things that I do to make sure that all of us are getting what we deserve.
So how did you initially branch out into YouTube?
Funny story. I'm actually a writer who moonlights. I have my blog, www.JerseyisNaked.com, is an entertainment blog, as you had mentioned earlier, for pop culture and celebrity gossip. But it has recently gone through a change where I'm doing more human interest pieces. But I thought that maybe my blog would get more exposure had I become a YouTuber. And I had some experience in radio. I did radio for a really long time. And I was like, well, I know I can, if I could do radio, I could do YouTube. So I decided to do the YouTube channel, and it came out just me basically telling the stories I was telling on my blog, but just visually. So that's how that came about. So I used it as a tool to promote my blog. So that's how that came about. That's how I actually became a YouTuber. My mother was a YouTuber before I was, which is hilarious. She was a cooking YouTuber.
What?
So you can find my mom on YouTube. We've actually done a collab before, me and my mom, which is really, really funny.
I love it. I love it.
My mom is a YouTuber. Yes. She's a YouTuber way before I was even thinking about it. Honestly, I should have done it with her because there's so many channels that are, you know, bigger when they do like family, you know what I mean, YouTube stuff. So, but she's a cook, she's a caterer. She also has a book too, and a cooking book. And actually, our books came out at the same time, which is really funny. So, YouTube has always been around, but I was more or less a watcher before then, an actual participant. So, but now I'm participating, but moonlighting. Yeah.
Have you found that your focus has kind of shifted from your blog more to YouTube?
Yes and no. Yes, because now my blog has shifted to more human interest pieces. Now I feel like I can be more free in what I'm doing. Before, my YouTube channel was based around the things that I was good at, which, I mean, it still is vlogging, which, you know, people tend to think that I'm funny. I don't think that I'm really a funny person, but people tend to think I'm funny. And I'm not trying to be funny, but they just laugh at me. And then I'm like, okay, I guess that was funny. But I don't know, like, you know, I'm really not trying, like, you're really funny. So I use, you know, I just talk. I really have no plan when I get on YouTube. I know the general consensus of what I'm going to talk about, but there's no script. I just put on the camera, I just start talking, and then things fly out. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it causes a meltdown. I said, no one will ever see this, ever, ever. And, you know, sometimes it's like, yeah, you got to put that out. It's really cool. Like, you know, my channel is like a melting pot of things. I've even done a rap video. Like, it's hilarious. Like, I don't know what I think sometimes. I just wake up and I'm like, I'm going to do that. That's what happens. But it's based around motivational speaking, Thursday, which is usually about celebrities. I'll talk about what's going on in current events. And then on Friday, it's usually vlogging or maybe a cooking video. But mainly now it's been more motivational and more vlogging. So I think, yeah, it has changed a little as far as, you know, the direction of my blog. And now that I'm doing more human interest versus more entertainment stuff. But I still know what's going on, though. So it's a struggle still because I still want to write it.
So your background is in journalism, correct?
Yes.
And did you host a college news radio station, or?
When I was in college, I hosted a show called Jersey So Useless. And, well, actually I did two shows. One was called Jersey So Useless, and the other one was, I was on someone else's show, and I would do Jersey Minutes. And basically it was kind of the same thing as my blog. I would talk about current events, what was going on as far as gossip was concerned. I was like I don't know if you listen to Hot 97 because you're in Hawaii and I'm, you know, this is the East Coast. But whatever, Hot 97 is like a really big station. There's a lady on there, her name is Miss Info. I was like that for a lot of these different shows that I was on for radio. And then I did a pirate radio station called Streets 96, and I did the same thing. So I kind of feel like my blog always followed me even before I even made it. Like I was always talking about, oh, did you know this and did you know that? And I would always have that. So the journalism part, I was never interested in going to like Iraq. I don't want to see any of that. I was always a fluff or puff pieces type of journalist. I was never into this. That stuff's too much for me. So, but I love to write anyway. So that's what, I got the education. I learned how to write. I did all of that stuff. But most of my experience was in pop culture and entertainment, stuff like that.
The fun stuff.
Yes, the fun stuff. I'm like, I'm not I'm not trying to run up and see where Osama bin Laden is. I don't care. I don't want to know about that. Could you imagine this, going up to try to find Osama bin Laden? Would he take me seriously with a crown?
Maybe
like
not.
This, yeah, like I'm here to find Osama bin Laden with my crown on. Really? No. So I know, you know your strengths.
I remember years ago when Bernie Shaw was over in the Middle East and they started bombing, and that man hid underneath of a table, and it was being broadcast live, and I was like,
no, that's not for me.
No, that's not for me.
It's not for me at all. It's not for me at all. I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in that. And it's funny, like that you mentioned the Middle East, because I did live in Dubai for 3 years, and the Middle East that we see here in the United States versus the Middle East that I lived in is very, very different. Like you see war and people looking so disheveled and poor. No, these people have no worries. Like they have no cares in life. I mean, they're going to Gucci, they're going to Louis Vuitton every single day. They are rollies in the sky, diamonds on each thing. They don't care. Like guns, no, not us. They're hair flipping. They're having a great time. So it was just very interesting to see, like, why are you guys showing us all of this crazy stuff? And then when you get over there, people are like, yeah, they don't care. It's very, and they collect American friends, which is really funny. Like when you know how to speak, really good English, and they find out that you're from America, they go, oh my God, you are American. I love you. They do that. It's funny. It's hilarious. I love it. I had a great time.
Were you in the military?
No, my husband actually took a job there. So we lived there for 3 years. He was working in the remanufactured auto parts business. And while I was over there, that's when I got to really develop my blog and be a YouTuber and do the things that YouTubers do. So I was doing most of that in Dubai. But then we came back just recently. I've only been back in the States really like 5 months. So wow. It's been a very short time. I just moved back here, yeah.
You moved back here and immediately started a revolution in the YouTube.
Yeah, like I was doing it in between. I was running IAmNoirTV between moving from Dubai and the United States. I would stop and we had a layover in Paris. I was running it from there. And then I was on the plane because they had Wi-Fi. So I was talking to people there. And that's probably why people think I don't go to sleep. Jersey's never sleep. She's always available. So crazy. But I mean, it's worth it. People, I really, that's my spirit. I'm a very giving person. And, contrary to, a lot of things that may be out there in regards to my community, it really has changed a lot of people's perceptions and, just overall general outlook on what YouTube is and what they're really involved in. Because, a lot of people found out that they didn't really even know that it was just more than an upload, like what you're really putting yourself into. People didn't know the dynamics of YouTube, period, and that even though you might feel it's a hobby, or you might be coming here as a hobbyist, you're part of a bigger brand and a bigger machine. And, I'm really happy that I could expose them to that type of education. So I'm glad that, Noir TV is here. I'm glad that can help, other people. in their YouTube journeys?
I think that it's definitely a worthwhile cause. I'm involved in it as well, in case any of my viewers didn't realize that. And so, speaking from personal experience, I've enjoyed it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I work really hard to make sure that everyone is having a pleasant experience. And, you know, as far as suggestions is concerned, I'm always open to that. I don't ever feel like I'm above any of that. You know, like I feel like I'm a very personable person, and, you know, that people can talk to me about whatever it is that they may need or that they want to see happen, because you can't, you know, as a leader, you never leave the classroom. Like, well, at least the good leaders don't. So, you know, you just definitely have to be open. You know, you have to be open to lead. So, you know, I'm always interested in what the community thinks and what they want and what they want to see. And, you know, if it's aligned to what I would like to see and what I want. And, you know, we meet somewhere in the middle and we make it happen. So I'm really, 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 really proud of what me and Mara are doing, and that Loveland is at our side helping us, you know, make sure that this thing comes into complete fruition.
So, where do you see it heading in the next couple of years? Or what would you like to see happen?
Oh, I would love to be the female Bob Johnson of YouTube for African Americans. I would love to have an MCN where I can help African Americans specifically get the sponsorships, get the attention, and get the pay that they're supposed to get for their craft. I would love to have original series underneath the IAmNoirTV umbrella. I would love to have like just a overall TV network just on the internet. Like, I would love to have all of those things within the next few years, or, you know, if sooner. You know, I'm ready for it, and I will do everything that I can to make sure that we all get it. Because I think that a lot of times, me, Mara, you know, when I see other YouTubers having the same conversation, why can't we? Why don't we? Why can't I? And it's like, I just got tired of having it. And I wanted to create situations where we could. And I feel like if we keep talking about the same stuff that we don't have, then that's not helping us get it. So I'm here to get it, you know, and hopefully with more hard work and more dedication and, you know, more thinking and doing, we can get there. And I know we can. The only way that we won't get there is if I stop. And that's just not a part of who I am. I'm not a quitter. So I just keep going.
So for any of my viewers who are interested in being involved, how can they? What can they do?
We've made that process a lot easier. You can go to www.IAmNoir.tv and you can click on the Join Us, and we will get all your information. And then once we get your information, then we'll help you process to get into the community. So we made that a lot easier for YouTubers who want to come in, and we're actually thinking of some new developments, maybe trying to expand it outside of just YouTube, maybe having bloggers come in and be a part of the community as well. You know, just an overall media room where we can help each other and, you know, work together. So, I mean, there's a lot of new changes that are coming to the community. The first change that's happened, you know, has went over very well. We have new ones coming, so I'm sure that everyone will be excited. And I'm just keep working. You know, that's all I can do is just keep working. I wake up with thinking about what I'm going to do for this. It's like marriage, community, work. It's like, what can I do? What can I do? I'm always thinking about what I can do. And I'm just really lucky because my husband helps like tremendously. Like, he's the chief of operations for the community. He does all of our graphics. He does all of our public relations. He does a great deal behind the scenes of what we're trying to do and making sure that our image is intact at all times. So, you know, I just can't wait. I'm just excited. You know, I'm excited to see where it goes. Definitely am.
Your excitement is tangible. I can feel it from 5,000 miles away. Love it. You are so crazy.
Well, that's what the trailer says. Welcome to my crazy. So, you know, we're here. You know, I got a different kind. So, you know, I'm everything but normal. But that's probably what makes it so cool. It makes it so genius.
Normal? I could take and leave normal. It's kind of boring.
What that? It's boring. Normal people wouldn't have worn a crown to an interview.
You know, I was like, well, I could use a crown maybe. I mean,
go out and go get you a crown. The next interview, just pop up on the screen with a crown on and see what somebody say. Like,
yes. That's a lot.
This is our new video, our new interview, and you just sit there like you ain't got no crown on. Just sit there like that, like it's just not even there. And they're like, "Does this girl have a crown on?" Yes. Get into it. Get into this. That's all. Get into it. Just wear it. It's like it's normal. You see that movement? There's movement in there too. It's movement.
I love it. It's so pretty.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, this has been a wonderful interview, and I hope that everyone who's watching it becomes interested and will check out all the links that I leave of yours in the downstairs, so that if they're interested in the book or learning more about IAmNoirTV or what have you, the blog, check out the links, and I'll leave your most used social media links as well, and of course your YouTube channel.
Of course.
Of course.
youtube.com/JerseyisNaked1, and you can find me there.
But before I let you go, are you from Jersey?
Yes.
Okay, just checking, because I'm like, everything has a little Jersey in it.
Just checking. I was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey, but I am from Piscataway, New Jersey. Shout out to Piscataway. It is central New Jersey. So yes, born and raised in New Jersey.
All right. So that mystery is now cleared up.
It is cleared. I'm Jersey. That's why.
Tiffany, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us. I really appreciate it. This has been a good time. Now I need to get my crown.
Yes, ready. I can't wait for the pictures.
I need to get on your level.
Yeah. Get you a crown, and we will take a picture. I will come to Hawaii. I will bring the crown, and we'll be 2 crowns.
Sounds magical. So everyone, thank you so much for checking us out. And if you like it, please click like and subscribe and share this video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.